Welcome to Tbsp Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Chicken Katsu Curry. So recently I've heard curry became one of the best Japanese food in the world. For me, it just doesn't really make sense because curry is not really a Japanese food, and also katsu kare became a famous Japanese food in the UK. Not quite sure if that's true. For me, katsu kare as a Japanese food, I kind of have a mixed feeling to it because neither curry nor katsu or cutlet are originally Japanese. But I think Japanese were the first ones that combined them, and so okay, maybe katsu kare is a Japanese food. I've already made a video of curry and also cutlet, so I didn't think I would need to make another video on this. And also, this is not really home food because it's a lot of work to make, and in Japan, many restaurants serve this. So people in Japan don't feel the need to make it at home. But of course, living outside Japan, and of course I love katsu curry, I decided to make it home and it was just really delicious. So I'm making a video of this. I'm also making a cutlet, not with pork, but chicken meat and with cheese inside. And this variation of cutlet is also really delicious. And so even if you're not making with curry, I hope you give this chicken cutlet a try. Then without further ado, let's get started. Here are the ingredients for chicken cutlet curry. On the left side, we have the ingredients for the curry. On the right side, for the chicken cutlet. For the curry, I have butter, garlic, ginger, and for the vegetable, we have today celery, carrots, onion, and apple. This is my variation for today. You can make it with less or more vegetables, but most important are these onions. They'll just give really depth to the flavor. And today we're using this Japanese style curry mixture. If you don't have these, you can make it with curry powder, but with these, it's very difficult to fail. You can always make a Japanese style authentic curry. Then I have tomato can and also red wine. You don't have to put these, but I think they'll just give more depth to the flavor. And today I'm using chicken breast. Probably what's more common is the pork cutlet, but I've already made that video. So today I just want a variation, so I'm making cutlet with chicken breast. And to put in the chicken breast, I have here basil leaf. In Japan, you would probably want to get shiso leaves, but I can't get hold of these in here, so I'm using basil leaf instead. But if you can get hold of shiso leaves, those are much better. And some processed cheese. And for the coating for the cutlet, I have an egg, all-purpose flour, and panko. These are Japanese style breadcrumbs. Can't get hold of these, you can just use regular breadcrumbs. And for the seasoning, salt and pepper. And of course, to go with curry, Japanese sticky rice. Then let's start cooking. So as the very first thing, we're gonna prepare the rice. So there are a couple things that you need to care about when you're making Japanese sticky rice. I have a whole video on that, so I'm not gonna touch today. Because of its high starch content, you need to wash this thoroughly. So put some water in here, and then drain the water. And then you want to rub the rice grains against each other like this. And then put some water. This is the extra starch that's coating. And then we're going to drain this. Then we're going to mix it again. Then put some water. Then we're going to drain this using a colander. Then we're going to leave like this for about a minute or so and let the water drain. So after about a minute, the water has drained completely, and then put this back in the pot. So for regular Japanese rice, you want to put 1.2 cups of water. Making rice for the curry, I need the rice a little bit drier. So for this, I'm going to put only 1 cup of water. Just like that much. Then we're going to put it to the side and let it soak for at least half an hour. Let the rice grains soak the water. Now is the next thing, let's prepare the vegetable for the curry. So to peel off the garlic, there's an easy way to do this. So you want to cut the bottom like this, without cutting all the way like this. And then with the tip of the knife, you can just peel off like this. And then once one side is off, it's very easy to take it out like this. So you want to cut like this, and then using a tip, peel off like this. And then once that's peeled, the rest is fairly easy to peel off like this. And then using a grater, we're going to grate the garlic. And just like that. Then next, let's prepare the ginger. These kind of dried part, I want to take it off. And then using the knife like this, then I'm going to scrape off the skin of the ginger. And then we're going to grate this as well. So just like that, ginger and the garlic are grated. So as the next thing, we're going to cut up the onions. I'm going to slice them, so I'm just going to take the bottom and the top off. Then I'm going to cut this in half. And once this is in this form, it's very easy to peel. And then we're going to cut these in thin slices. And for this curry, I don't want the shape of the onions, so I'm going to cut not in this direction, but instead this direction, so you can break off more cell membrane. So just like that. This may seem quite a lot of onion, but don't worry, when you cook them, they'll shrink, so this is a good amount. Then Let's prepare the rest of the vegetable. All 3 of these vegetables, I'm just gonna grate them. For the carrot, I just need probably half of this. And then for the celery, just kind of these darker parts, I'm gonna take it off. And for the apple, I'm gonna cut off the pit. To peel off the apple or not, it's a really preference thing, but I don't like the fiber in the curry, so I'm gonna peel it off. Then using a grater, we're gonna grate this. Then next the celery. Then the apple. So just like that, all 3 ingredients are grated. Then the preparation is finished, let's cook them. So in order to speed up the process, I often use a microwave to preheat the vegetables, especially with onions, so I'm gonna do that. If you don't have a microwave or if you don't wanna use a microwave, then you can of course skip this and then fry this with raw onion. Just about 2 minutes or so. So just like that. Okay, then let's make the curry. So in a large pot, I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of frying oil. Then I'm gonna turn the heat to medium. And here first we're gonna put in the ginger and the garlic. And once this has been heated a little bit like this, then we're gonna put in all the onions. And then we're gonna fry the onion like this in low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes until this comes golden brown. So once this has gone this kind of brown like this, and here we're gonna put in the butter, just about a tablespoon. Then we're gonna fry like this for a little bit more. So then here we're gonna put all the rest of the ingredients. So first all grated vegetables. And a tomato can. So this is about 400 grams, so about half of this. And about half cup of red wine. Then about a cup of water. Then we're gonna turn the heat to high and bring this to boil. Once this comes to a boil, I'm gonna put the lid on and turn the heat to low and cook like this for 15 minutes or so. So about after 15 minutes, this is looking really good. Then here I'm gonna put the curry mixture. So Japanese curry mixture is put into a package like this. And you can break into parts like this and then just put these in. And this will dissolve like this. Then I'm gonna put the lid on and cook like this in low heat for at least 10 minutes or so. And before we cook the cutlet, let's make the rice first. And then we're gonna turn the heat to high and bring this to boil. So once this comes to a boil, I'm gonna mix it just a little bit. I'm gonna turn the heat to simmer and cook like this for 10 minutes. So 10 minutes has passed, I'm gonna turn the heat off and don't open the lid at this moment. For cooking Japanese rice, I'm gonna have to let it sit for 10 minutes. That'd be the perfect time to make the cutlet. Okay, now let's make the cutlet. So when you're using a chicken breast like this, you can see that this side is thicker than the other side. And when you cook just like this, then this side gets overcooked and this side could still be raw. So I wanna make it flat so that it gets cooked evenly. So as you can see, this side is thicker and there's one side that is smooth like this. This side was the skin, this side was taken off from the bones. You wanna cut off on this side. So I'm gonna cut off like this. Not too much, just like this much so that this will be a little more even. And then with the breast meat, there's one side that's bigger. I'm gonna slice in like this and not gonna cut all the way through. I'm just gonna leave one part. I'm gonna try to slice like this, as even as possible, without slicing all the way like this. And then you can open up like this. Then here I'm gonna put in the cheese. So just like this so that the cheese doesn't come out. Then after one layer, I'm gonna put in the basil. Then I'm gonna put in another layer of cheese. And on this side, when you close this part is a little thinner. So I'm gonna use this cut off meat and just put it right here, like this. And then cover it up like this. So just like that. With the extra meat, put it on this side. It's pretty evenly flat. And make sure there's no cheese sticking out. Otherwise the cheese will come out in the oil and that's not gonna be good. Then we're gonna season this with salt and pepper. Just a pinch of salt on one side. Also black pepper. And flip the other side. And on the other side as well. Okay, let's coat this with flour and breadcrumbs. Here's the all-purpose flour. Get that ready, and then an egg. Let's beat this up. and the breadcrumb or panko. So first I'm gonna coat it up with flour. Then I'm gonna coat this with eggs. And then put this in the panko. So just like that. Then let's fry this. In a large pot, I'm gonna put in some frying oil. And I'm gonna turn the heat to high and bring this to about 150 degrees. So this is reached about 150 degrees. To tell the temperature, put in some breadcrumbs, and it takes a little bit of time, and if out of that comes very small bubbles like this, then it's about 150 degrees. Then here I'm gonna put in the cutlets. I'm gonna fry it like this on one side for about 2 minutes or so. After about a minute or so, I'm gonna flip to the other side. And then I'm gonna turn the heat to high and bring the heat to about 170, 180 degrees or so, and fry with high temperature for about a minute or so. So then after about a minute or so, I'm gonna take it out. Ooh. I'm gonna turn it off. Then make sure you heat up the curry. And the rice looks also ready. Then let's put everything together. Let's cut up the chicken. Then at last, we're gonna put some curry over it. Then with that, chicken katsu curry is finished. Oh, this looks so amazing. Then let's eat. Itadakimasu. So let's first try the chicken cutlet. Itadakimasu. Oh, this chicken cutlet is just so good. Chicken breast can be a little bit dry, but with frying and cheese, so juicy. Let's try it with rice and curry. Itadakimasu. Oh, this is so savory. The combination is just so great. Whoever thought this combination of cutlet and curry is such a genius. This vegetarian curry doesn't really stick out. It's just really great sauce with the cutlet. Wow, so good. Such a great combination. Oh, that was so totally savory. ごちそうさまでした. Oh, that was so totally delicious. So as you saw, making this chicken katsu curry is definitely not the easiest dish to make. It has a lot more steps than usual, but once you make the curry, you can also save it in the fridge or freezer and then make the cutlet again. You can also make this with grilled chicken or steak or whatever. So you can also be very creative with this dish. So I really hope you give this a try yourself. If you enjoyed what you saw, I'd love it if you hit the like button for me. And if you have any questions or requests, any feedback, please feel free to write anything in the comments below. And if you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe. Otherwise, I look forward to see you in the next video. Bye.